Welcome back, Potter fans, to the show of Requirement, a Harry Potter podcast. I almost said a very Harry Potter podcast.
It is a very Harry Potter podcast.
It is all things Harry Potter, streaming in all places, at all times. Just kidding. We're not 24/7 streaming.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock.
I mean,
somewhere,
you can
right?
you can watch it whenever you want. You know, it's
That's
not
also-
like
Yeah.
it's not like you have to wait until the reruns on Nick at Night or something.
Oh gosh.
That's next year.
Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
They still do that on Nick at Night, by the way.
yeah.
I was at a hotel for work recently, and we turned on Friends on Nick at Night. So, it's still a thing. They don't do them in order. They did like season 3, season 7, and I was like, don't do this.
Mm.
Anyway.
Yeah, we should just get rid of Friends completely.
I agree. I'm with you.
Hey,
100%.
Anything before season 7 is great. But if it was
Anything
season
before
7 through
season
10, I
1
100% agree with you.
And it took us only about 2 minutes to get off topic.
Yeah,
So
real fast.
we are
Not
back.
even. That was like a minute.
So we have started
we have.
with the first. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. So I was going to say we started the season. Technically, we did not start the season with the rewatch. We had a fun last episode. Go listen to it. It was a blast. Thank you, Spencer.
Nuts.
Wild
spoilers.
time.
Freaking nuts.
No spoilers.
Just go.
Not yet. Maybe
listen.
next episode we'll talk about it. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Go listen. But we are starting our very much talked about, but took us a long time to get to Harry Potter rewatch. So we did
Yay.
literally everything else but this, and so now we're here. We are starting with the Sorcerer's Stone. It'd be weird if we started anywhere else. So
Amen.
Imagine if we went backwards. That'd be wild.
That would be an
wild
interesting time.
That'd be crazy.
Started
That
with
would be like
4.
if we. That would be like if we did 20 seasons of the podcast, like certain Harry Potter podcasts out there. Oh, we're gonna do it again, but we're gonna start at the end.
Yeah.
Our way back.
Machete style.
Well,
We
I want
should've
to.
found a friend
I
who's
want-
never seen the Harry Potter movies and made them watch the last one and work their way backwards to see what they thought.
There were a lot of people I remember when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out that were just watching that.
That's
No.
Just like when when
That's
Endgame
nuts.
came out, there were people that hadn't seen nothing and
Those are
they
the
just
people
watched
that
that.
skip to the end of books and just read
Oh
the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
similar
wild.
to the people that have to have that skip to certain books and have to have the first chapter explaining what happened in the first 2 books. I don't
Yep.
we hate those people, or at least maybe that's just me. I think we should address the fact that we've waited so long to do this rewatch.
But like I do think minus the books, it's like one of the things that like everybody I think more people have seen the movies than have read the books probably. Would I be
Probably.
incorrect in that?
I think you might be. But
Really?
also maybe I don't know.
No, I think you're
Like,
right.
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, the movies are more accessible medium, but the books sold so much.
No,
that
I
really-
know. They are widely
So that's
read
kind
and
of
sold.
why.
But I'm thinking, like, what about all the people who have seen at least the first movie, but have not read any of the books?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know,
I think I think I've met a lot of people that have seen the movies but not read the books. My wife
Right.
being one of them. I think it's also one of those things where, like the movies being made in the first place, it's a big task to try to talk about these movies in one episode at a time. But there's also no other way to do it. Really, like we can't spend 10 episodes on one movie. That'd be stupid. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think David, I think you can speak to this too. Like, I feel like no matter how good our discussion is, it's just like, I don't know if they'll ever be fully encompassing. Like when you did the Star Wars rewatch,
Yeah.
or even when
yeah.
we did the Marvel rewatch, even though it's COVID and I had a million hours of prep time, it's just really hard to kind of talk about these movies that we love so much.
I think what helps in these kind of conversations is just whenever you have not a lot of people, but when you have more than just 2 people that are doing
Yeah.
a review, when it's just 2 people, it's unless both are coming with a lot of notes and a lot of commentary.
Got to be the
Like,
right
that's
two.
that's the thing with me and Luke when we did the rewatch series for Star Wars. Like we both took notes. Luke made the joke that basically we should just publish a commentary on every single movie because we took so many notes and we had so many discussion points. But especially when you get there was one episode we had Brady and we had Daniel, both of them with us, that the conversation went about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just because we covered so many things. But some people know how to do it, some people don't, and I think there's just a lot of experience in this room that have been. Well, I mean, we've been reviewing shows, movies. I mean, that's what we do. Even if
I
we don't
just
do it very
remember,
much here.
David, your guest for The Last Jedi. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Incredible.
Dr. Emerson.
Matt
Dr.
Emerson.
Yeah.
The best, probably the best guest we'll ever get.
Yeah,
A
for
legend.
sure.
Yep.
Side note, we need to bring Luke onto one of these episodes because his opinions,
he's
cracks me
down
up.
the street.
Exactly.
We can
That's
make it
what I'm
happen.
saying. He cracks me up all the time.
Right now.
And I miss
Right now.
him.
Let me text him.
No, he did the Sorcerer's Stone book with us. We should
That's
make
true.
him do something else.
Yeah.
So then he's ready for the movie.
Well, I think when I met him, he had only seen Order of the Phoenix and had not read the books. Then he read all the books with me. My second reread was his first read over that first summer of after college. So he might have seen the movie since then, but I really don't know. But moving on.
Sorry.
The Philosopher's Stone.
I prefer
Three
it being
people
the
across the
Philosopher's
pond.
Stone.
I
just like the word philosopher.
Yes.
It sounds more British
100%. Yeah, love it.
than
That's
sorcerer.
because it is more British.
The Philosopher's
Quite
Stone
literally.
is pretty much like the KJV of the Bible for Harry Potter. It's the way that it was intended.
See, I probably would have gone like
Heresy.
ESV, NIV, but
Yeah. I use the KJV to fix the Greek.
Oh gosh. Well,
Still one of my favorite videos of all time. Anyway,
David's pastor's
Sorcerer's
coming
Stone.
out. Sorry.
Yeah.
moving.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, so I don't know about you all, but I don't necessarily want to go through and give an entire summary of the whole movie. Like,
No, we
walk
don't
us
have
through
to.
the whole thing.
No.
'Cause I
Everyone
feel like
knows
we
what
don't
happens.
have to at this point. So
No.
again, this is
Yeah.
the first movie in the Harry Potter series. Obviously, the debut of a young wizard discovering his magical heritage and parentage on his 11th birthday. He receives and accepts his place at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He makes friends, he makes enemies, he faces an attempted comeback by Lord Voldemort, a dark wizard who killed Harry's parents but failed to kill Harry when he was just 15 months old. There's a lot of magical objects in this. There's a lot of fun characters. Lots of cool things that we saw, world building especially. But what were some things that you all really enjoyed about the movie, The Sorcerer's Stone?
Sorry, you go, Cole.
I'll kick this one off. I just watched it. I was just sitting on my couch, and
Yeah,
Abby,
me too.
this one's for you. Did you notice that when he's showing him Ron is showing Harry and Hermione how to play wizard's chess. The piece makes a TARDIS whoosh as it goes.
It did kind of sound like it. Yeah. I also ended up watching an extended version. Are those
The one
that are
that's
on
on
Peacock
Peacock?
now?
Yeah,
And
it's on
it
Peacock.
was unexpected
Yeah.
to me. So
It was great. Fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah.
All the was
Should
it
watch it right now.
Petunia cracking open the eggs.
That's the one
and
that cracks me up every time.
I'm like, wait, where did this come from? Hold
That's
on.
that's the extended.
My favorite one was
I didn't
when
know that.
Harry and Snape go back and forth in the first potions class, where he actually goes on. He says, Hermione, why don't you call on her? And just to see that full scene kind of play out,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
the extended editions on Peacock, man, gave me life. Like it was
They're
one like,
solid.
oh, this is
Spencer,
really, really cool.
You gotta watch the
You got to get
extended
on it,
edition.
bro.
Guys,
you got to get on it.
I have Peacock. Okay, I'll be good for the next one. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something special about the fact that I have the 8 movie collection, like the box set, and I like cracking open the box set. It's very nostalgic to
You
me.
can still crack them open, just then switch it to Peacock.
But that's sad. Side note: does anyone have Roku's?
I've got a Roku TV.
Yeah, okay. So every time I put a DVD in the Roku, well, in my PlayStation, but doesn't matter. The Roku goes, watch this from additional providers. And it puts like an
Yes.
ad up. And I'm like, I'm playing a DVD. I'm watching the movie. I don't need to watch it from additional providers. Apparently this time I needed to. My Roku was trying to look out for me. But yeah. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
It's advice.
Yeah,
David,
we
what
love
notes
the
did you have?
extended.
I did write down on my notes. I said for the opening scene, I said, "Man, when they redo this scene with Jude Law, it's going to be amazing."
See, I really went
Dream
the
big,
sad
man, dream
direction.
big.
I really went the sad direction where I was sitting with Isabel and I was like, Robbie Coltrane. He's gone.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing too. I was just
honestly like
ah.
every person that walked in on screen that had passed. John, forget his name, but Ollivander.
John Hurt.
Yes, thank you.
Richard Harris.
Yeah, Richard Harris for sure.
Alan Rickman.
Well, I don't feel as bad for Richard Harris for some reason, and that's really insensitive of me. But I'm such a big Michael Gambon fan.
He's been gone for a while.
Sure,
he's also been gone for a while. But I'm I'm gonna get gosh, I forgot that Michael Gambon passed too. I'm gonna get really sad soon. But I was he's my Dumbledore, so I was kind of like, he came on and I said, Richard Harris, you didn't want to be there, but you did your best.
He did it for the grandkids.
He did it for all of them. I feel like so many people do it for the grandkids.
Did it for the grandkids, yeah. Even Daniel Radcliffe, grandkids.
In the
100%.
first scene, I was busy trying to explain to Cody why Dumbledore had to use the Deluminator on the street. Cody was like, why did he have to use that? And I was like, well,
it would take a long time for him to just turn every light bulb.
Well, and I was like, plus, there's a magical flying motorcycle that's going to be coming into the street. Probably helpful to not have all the lights, but it was loud as heck. So if you were looking out the window, well, anyway.
But I didn't really make any notes about the first section. I titled this SS, which is a little sus, but it's fine. I put first things first. Little Daniel Radcliffe is so cute.
Truly,
like this little 10-year-old. Like they're all cute, but he's like, so he was only 10 years old when they filmed this one, like barely 10.
The haircut.
They started early. They started early, and then he was still too old by the end. But I kind of I don't want to talk about the reboot too much, but I kind of low-key hope in the reboot Harry's talking to the snake in the zoo, and then it cuts to another angle, and he's full on just like like parcel tongue and everything, and has no idea. I just thought that'd be really funny, and also kind of just a very different take on the scene.
Maybe this time we'll give the full thanks amigo. Not just the thanks
amigo.
I don't remember. I don't think they actually put the glass back where Dudley got stuck in the cage or the tank. I mean, I think that was not in the books, but I still love it. I still love it. I love when he turns around. It's good comedic effect.
I was talking about him to somebody the other day, and just goodness, what a 180 for that actor. He looks real good nowadays.
I think nothing beats Neville, but yeah, for sure.
You're
what
right.
A blow up, truly.
Neville had a blow up.
He cracks me up. He's every podcast including the one he does about Leeds United, for you soccer fans out there. His name's Matthew. Why am I forgetting? My sick brain is just forgetting everyone's names. Matthew Lewis. Yeah.
Yep.
He was on a podcast and they asked him what his favorite band was, and he goes, Arctic Monkeys. This is the way his accent. Arctic Monkeys. Anyway,
he's
not in this one enough. He's so cute.
He's in a few episodes of Impractical Jokers, and I don't know how they got him on, but those episodes are great. I think they're at Universal, and they have him get on the Jurassic Park ride. Fantastic.
I don't think I've seen those. I need to watch them. I love Impractical Jokers.
I wrote down I put a note about Hagrid, and I sent this to Cole.
Ew.
Or it's kind of a yes.
Yeah.
Just like when he brings the cake to Harry on his birthday, I put Hagrid minus some things is kind of the Yondu of the Harry Potter universe. Like Sirius may have been your godfather, but he weren't your goddaddy.
Never say that again.
That's gonna get clipped for sure.
For sure. We can put that at
Sure
the
is gonna
beginning
get
of the
clipped.
episode. But
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know. Dumbledore is kind of a father figure, and Sirius is kind of like a father figure, but not nearly in the same sense.
No.
They're not like his parent, like that loving figure in their lives.
That would be Hagrid.
I think Hagrid kind of goes back and forth to what he is, because sometimes he's a father figure, but sometimes he's just a big old toddler that you have to keep your eyes on. Like that's kind of what.
Well, I think that's
what Hagrid
I think it's
is.
a really interesting angle about it is Harry and the trio, they kind of outgrow Hagrid really fast. So like, yeah, he at first he's like the adult, but he's also like clearly already like not a good, like, oh, I shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't have told you that. Like he's already messing up, but it's okay. But then like by like Prisoner of Azkaban, if not earlier, like he's already kind of the child in the relationship.
I truly, anytime I watch any of these movies, just blown away by how well the actors embody the characters. I think they did a really great job with casting.
And I think if the actors hadn't carried it, I don't think this movie would hit the same way at all.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And John Williams' music. And John Williams.
Well, I was going to talk about that here in a second. I will say, though, before we get into that, I mean, Richard Griffiths as Vernon gets me every time. He's so perfect in that role.
I like when he's putting the letters in the fire. He's like, just like evil, just malicious.
Yeah. But it's like
the goofy evil that the book Vernon kind of has.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Yeah.
He's more Dursley than the other two actors that play the Dursleys.
Oh yeah,
he might be more. In
100%.
fact, he might be more Dursley than the Vernon Dursley in the book himself.
Well, I don't know about that, but he does very well. And then since Abby already mentioned it, there were some pieces and some like fanfares and some melodic lines in it that was just reminded me, oh yeah, this is for sure John Williams, because they were very similar to some themes in Star Wars, but still different enough.
He was full on in prequel mode.
Yeah, he was in prequel mode at this point. So much so that in the Chamber of Secrets, literally in the Quidditch scene, it's the same music. Of when
we'll have to keep our ears open for that one next week.
Yeah, because it's wild. It's crazy.
But that's why I love John Williams' Prisoner of Azkaban score so much. Because he does a 180 kind of.
Yeah.
That's true. It does feel, it's like,
it's very Harry Potter-y, but it's new.
Yep.
I love when McGonagall is talking about the houses and she gets to Slytherin and she goes, and Slytherin. With just like so much obvious disdain right away. Like, not even giving them a chance.
It's hard when you're rivals with another house.
Yeah.
But what else? What else do we like about the movie? Or book versus movie? What were things you didn't like?
So here's one of the things that I think the extended editions fixed. It fixed at least the first instance of Hermione being the one who figures out every single thing instead of actual, because they added the extended scene of Harry getting, like, Ron says, "Oh, I got another Dumbledore," and Harry looking at the card and he's just like, Nicholas Flamel, I thought I saw it. Like, and then he's the one who gets it, and then we get the scene of Hermione bringing the book at the library. So it was fixed. It was fixed in the extended editions.
Yep.
So I did enjoy that because, like we talked about, it's just more faithful to the book. But apparently we can't talk anything about Emma Watson positively, or Washington Sentinel is going to come back and roast us.
I hope he comes back.
I want him to come back.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I mean, the devil's snare is the part that always ties me up. Sorry, it's a really dumb joke. Anyway, that's the part that always gets me frustrated, because it's like that was their opportunity for Hermione to have a fault. Yep. She's not a perfect character. No one is. And the book Hermione definitely had her issues and her flaws, just like any human being. And she briefly forgets she's a witch.
Are you saying that movie Hermione Granger is a Mary Sue?
No, but I don't think I fully understand what a Mary Sue is.
Nah, it's just a character that just really has very few flaws and issues. And
yes, I am
just an OP.
I
mean, she has a couple, but it's like way more OP.
I mean, she does feel very know-it-all. And comes across a little annoying. But
how did we feel about the CGI?
Oh, I mean, awful. Let's be honest here. It was bad.
Okay.
Especially the Quidditch one.
I didn't feel like it was that bad. Okay.
No, literally when Angelia Johnson, whoever is like from Slytherin,
that was real fake. Yeah.
And then she's just like,
yeah, that was
just
real
like
bad.
all kinds of nonsense. It looks so bad.
Yeah, it got Isabel laughing out loud when. Okay, fine. You want another example? We'll do another one.
Yeah,
McGonagall turning from the cat into McGonagall.
Which time?
Well, see, they did the right thing the first time and did the shadow effect to not show it, but then they said, "Oh, we could just do it."
I feel like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that one either. I had more of a problem with the first one than the second one.
See, I wasn't too bothered by it, but Isabel was like laughing out loud. The part that gets me,
Angelina Johnson one gets me every time.
Yeah, the
part that gets me is the troll. But not really the troll. Not really the troll.
Oh yeah, with Harry on top of him.
Harry on top of him.
That also is bad. You are right.
That's
Harry
bad too.
on top of the troll is bad too.
That's like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that too. Yeah.
Get the beans. Get the magic beans.
They're not good at like characters and action.
No.
For CGI.
I mean, but we've also come a long way in CGI since then.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm saying. For the time, they were doing the best they could. Okay.
And also, I think there needs to be
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Star Wars had some bad CGI at the beginning too.
Abby, don't. No.
The prequels had better CGI than this.
Yes.
I think.
I'm
not talking about the original CGI. Was almost all of it added in, as far as my understanding. Not all of it.
Yeah.
But,
like special editions.
I think it's also hard because CGI, like Star Wars, can get away with more things because they have like aliens and like
well, they have ILM,
but then
they have
also like
fantastic staff
support. Yeah.
I was gonna say the CGI of just normal people for Harry Potter was not great.
Yeah, I mean George Lucas was. I mean they were ahead of their time.
Yes, they were.
Well, and you have like. That's not what their specialties were.
No.
The staff of this movie. They had character actors and Christopher Columbus, who has a real better touch for like kids movies and like family films.
And this truly did feel like a good family film.
Like he hit all the right notes.
Yeah.
And he was really good with being faithful to the work.
Yeah.
More so than any of the directors that followed him.
Yeah, so I think we should do this for every single movie that we're reviewing. On a percentage to 100, how well do you think that the director did in going from book to film in terms of faithfulness? What score would you give him out of 100?
I had to follow up a point to the effects, but we could give our percentages first. Man, David, what would you think?
I will probably go. I don't know, and we can kind of, I guess,
I
figure
think
out
Chamber of
what
Secrets
our
will be the
criteria is.
highest.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
it should be the highest. So I can't
I-
rank this higher than what I would rank.
I would
that.
say 84%.
See, I was gonna say like 85. I was between 80 and 85.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
go 85. Especially because they only cut scenes that were.
I'm thinking if
Except
he
for
would
the
had
extended,
all the
like, they
time in the
everything-
world, he
Would you
have had it
say?
all.
Okay, so if we would say 85, does that mean the extended is higher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I think
88?
I think it's a well, no,
Well,
I think I would
I
just
was
keep it
thinking
85.
extended. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
thinking
thinking extended
extended.
too.
So I would still sit at 85.
So the regular theatrical edition
Would probably be like
82, 80.
82, yeah.
maybe
would
75, honestly, because
I
those
would-
extended scenes, the amount that they added in there, I mean, they build up. They
I would
help a
sit
lot.
with. I'm gonna sit at a firm 80 for the theatrical because I think it's gonna be. We're not thinking about Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire and Order
Yeah.
of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like those are pretty low.
Yeah.
If we're yeah,
Mhm.
I think
I will
Chamber's probably gonna be like 90 or 95, even with the theatrical.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the extended ones of these upcoming ones are going to
Ooh.
be.
And
But I
Deathly
will say,
Hallows, I'm
I still will
interested.
say 75 for the theatrical, just because I think the theatrical for like Goblet, Order, Half Blood, they're going to probably be in the like 40s for me anyway. They're going to be
at like a nice
pretty
80.
low.
I think I'm gonna stick with 80.
But I think
Chris Columbus deserves some
extended,
cred.
yeah, extended. I'm going 85. I'll go
adds
85.
an extra.
Cole, what'd you say again?
I'd say about an 80, 85 as well,
Okay.
respectively.
We give it a B.
Yeah.
Roughly.
What I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is for all the CGI stuff, the actual practical stuff is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
did the
Yep.
well, and the owls, like they didn't do. It wasn't all animatronics. They did trained animals too. Forced
Nuts.
perspective. Hagrid, like they didn't in today's age. We live in a world where it's like, oh, they'll just make it. They'll do it in post, or they'll just do this CGI in post, and it's all CGI or a lot CGI. And so I appreciate kind of the feeling more realness of the movie. Even if I can't perfectly tell when something's CGI and when something's not, it's like, I don't know, I can feel it, I guess,
Mhm.
the difference.
Mhm.
Was there anything else that we didn't love about this movie?
There's a funny inconsistency I found. When they show James Potter's trophy, it has McGonagall next to it.
It does.
But I don't know. And I'm like, well, they weren't at Hogwarts at the same time. But I guess they don't have to be. Like, the trophy is just like kind of, they're all put together on one wood plaque.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense for it to.
Was she the last?
I think
one
she
before
should have
James
played.
Corden?
I think based on her competitiveness and stuff, it would make sense that she played Quidditch
Yes.
when she was at Hogwarts.
Well,
at
and her
least.
love for Quidditch.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, this isn't something I didn't like. That's my last note. When when they were playing chess, and when Ron said, "When I make my move, the queen will take me." Did anyone else start hearing this song that was going around TikTok a
No.
few months ago?
no.
We were
That's
with
all. I don't know. I missed this trend. It was everywhere.
I was watching the movie with one of my students that Alicia disciples, and we got to that scene and we both like out loud started quoting it out loud.
Yeah,
Like
my sister-in-law's boyfriend
yeah.
was over watching it with us, and I was that annoying person that was quoting like half the movie as it was playing. I was like, I've seen it too many times. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure if there's some listeners out there that the song is so terrible. They They put it to like a DJ beat, and it was memed and just like all over the internet. Because that scene is just like the kids are just acting it out like so over the top. It's very funny. Not me, not Hermione, yo. And Hermione's like, no, you can't.
I think Ron is so cute. See, we were talking about Daniel Radcliffe, but Rupert Grint's really cute in this movie too.
Oh, 100%. I think he is the cutest. It kind of feels sad, and I know this is how it is in the books. I'd miss all the other Weasleys.
Yeah.
You see Fred and George for about 10 seconds. And then you see Ginny and Molly for like 5 seconds. And that's really it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes me excited for the next one. I love Arthur
So-
Weasley.
So I looked it up. Apparently, MG McGonagall is a different McGonagall. It's not Minerva. I will say what one of the things that does mess with me a little bit is just how old James and Lily are. They don't look 21.
No. But maybe you could look at it that way. Or you could look at it as if Harry's parents were still alive, this is what they might look like. Because he's
Maybe.
looking at
But
his
but
ideal
even the picture,
future or present.
well, but even the picture that Hagrid gave them, they're older.
Which is also in
So-
the extended edition.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen in the theatrical movie.
No.
Hagrid giving him the pictures. But see, that's why Hagrid is dad.
Any other comments just about the movie in general before I move on to?
I love that they had the guts to full on do the two heads, Quirrell and Voldemort, full send.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the weirdness of that scene, they just didn't hold back. And maybe that was J.K. Rowling just saying, no, this is exactly what you're going to do.
Mhm.
But I just love that they did it. And they kind of set the standard for like, if it's in the book and it's important, we're going to do it.
Needs to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like that brought in the faithful Harry Potter fans in a way that a movie kind of that would change that wouldn't do.
Yeah. I did cover Sam's eyes during parts of the scenes with Voldemort because I was like, it's kind of creepy.
You're not ready for this, kid.
And I was like, you need to watch him disintegrate. I don't want you to have nightmares about Harry Potter before you really get to experience the brilliance of it. When you think about this movie, this is kind of like a twofold question. Who's your favorite character in the movie, but also who do you think played their character the best in this movie?
I'm gonna say
I love how we're all staring up at the sky. That's going to be a clip too.
kick this one off. Tom Felton did a really good job of setting that bar for Draco in the very first movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I must have misheard you. All four of us. Yes, you heard me right.
Oh, Firenze also is some rough CGI.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good. Is that your favorite character too, Cole?
Oh, heck no. I just thought he did a really good job
This
in
is
this
heck
movie.
no.
Heck no.
My two are the same, I think.
I think mine is not the same because I'm not, and this is going to sound hypocritical coming from me, but I think I'm going to say Richard Harris, Dumbledore.
Yeah. What a hypocrite.
I think for me, like me saying that is not something you would expect to come from me. But I was thinking about I was thinking about the first scene where he's saying, "Oh, it'd be better if he grew up away from all that," and then the end scene where he's sitting with Harry in the hospital wing. I think he just hit the nail on the head right away with that performance and how that's how Dumbledore is, just like this very ancient warlock, but he still kind of has that young spryness,
goofy.
but like occasionally, you know, when you least expect it, like, oh, us earwax. Like, it's a really fun take. And Michael Gambon just took a different approach to it, and we love that too. My favorite, I think I'm gonna go with Hagrid.
Yeah.
Who?
I think and I was almost picked a different character for that one reason. Because I knew I would be scorned. But yeah, I think he's the best. He has a lot of screen time in this one. He takes Harry to Diagon Alley for the first time. He's great. Robbie Coltrane too. I mean, I think he should get some pros in that as well.
Yeah. I'm stuck between two people. Because I thought Maggie Smith was fantastic as McGonagall.
Mm-hmm.
Loved her. But man, Alan Rickman,
That'd be good too.
as Snape. Man, those are probably my two that I just love. And again, with the extended edition, like we get that bonus scene with Harry and Snape in potions that, like, again, we were just like, man, I hate him so much in this movie. Like, so I think I'm gonna go with Alan Rickman and Snape. He just does a fantastic job, and he's one of the reasons why this reboot's going to be so hard, because trying to recapture that magic again, I mean, that's a tough. Those are tough shoes to fill, I think.
Yeah, but with the reboot, I think it'll be good if they approach it with a different style.
For sure.
I think if they try to do the exact same thing, it will.
They're not going to do it. Yeah, you're right.
It's just not going to. It's not going to land. But I think there's so much creative opportunity to approach it a different way. I think you can spend a lot more time on different notes too. Like we had a whole section, like you could do almost a whole episode where you're just following the Dursleys around. I think that would be really interesting.
Cole's just like, no.
Please no.
Well, I'm saying like that's what the book does. Like you could, maybe not the whole episode. I mean, you'd still do the opening scene of this movie at the end, but that would be a true to the novel.
I mean, if you did chapter by chapter, I mean, you would have to do that. You would have to do a full episode.
But they're not going to do chapter by chapter. We're not going to do a 38 episode Order of the Phoenix season.
You want to bet? I'll
Every
do
time
it.
you talk about having a Dursley's TV show, it reminds me of the Durrells in Corfu. I don't know if any of you have ever heard or seen that, but I'm just thinking about the Dursleys having their own like show that we follow along their life. It'd be wild.
There we go. That's the spinoff we need. Is a
it's the Dursley series. Keeping up with the Dursleys.
Keeping up with the Dursleys.
Definitely Kardashian style.
Man,
Abby,
I'm with it.
I truly think. Well, now David made a good point about Maggie Smith. I love Maggie Smith. She does a great McGonagall. But honestly, Robbie Coltrane does a fantastic Hagrid. And
we could have had Robin Williams.
My
Robbie Coltrane was better.
He truly, I feel like, embodied Hagrid well. And his character also was just really lovable in this movie. He introduces Harry to the Wizarding World and helps him feel comfortable and at home. And so they build that connection, and you just love Hagrid. And so,
Maggie Smith gets her time.
She does. She's a great one,
but she gets more in later ones. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about her in part 2 of the Deathly Hallows.
Order of the Phoenix. I was gonna say Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, good point.
She's got a lot of moments.
So coming up, Dame Maggie Smith for the rest of this podcast.
We did a character study over her.
We
Couldn't
did.
tell you when.
Yeah, we did.
I think that was my
we did one.
Was that my first? No, Hermione Granger was my first character study I helped with, right?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
But I think that was the first one I hosted.
Yes.
Was the character study on Minerva McGonagall.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys, where does this movie rank? No, I'm just kidding.
number one right now. Number one right now. Yeah. No, I was actually going to. I'm gonna see if I even still have it. I might not. You may have to come back to me. But I remember you guys giving your list for the books at the end of it. So I'm gonna try and pull up mine.
You're right.
Because I didn't get to give mine at all. But
oh yeah, pull up yours.
Yeah.
I want to know what yours was. I still have mine.
I'll keep talking.
I think, going back through mine, my book rankings was Prisoner of Azkaban, Sorcerer's Stone, Deathly Hallows, Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix, Goblet of Fire, and then Chamber of Secrets. Books. But we'll see about movies. It's been a while since I've ranked them. And it's a breathing document. It could change.
I don't have it written down.
Yeah, I don't have it written down either.
Amateurs.
I used to, but I couldn't tell you what happened to it.
Okay, so here's my list, since I didn't get to say mine. So I'm going to start from the bottom and then work my way up instead.
Right.
So at number 7, I have the Chamber of Secrets at dead last.
Number 8.
Oh.
No, sorry, number 7.
No, 7.
Books.
Yeah, so 7, Chamber of Secrets. Then at number 6, it's going to make people really mad. I have the Goblet of Fire at number 6. It's just it's just sensory overload. It's
so
just
far,
it's not going to make that many people mad.
We're 2 for 2 so far, David. We're good.
People aren't going to be that mad about that. I'm a little sad, but it's okay.
I mean, this is where you get mad because you had this one in your top 3, and I was just like, "Oh, okay,
that's fine. It's fine."
Yeah, I had the Sorcerer's Stone at number 5.
I am all
great
about
beginning
beginnings.
book.
I love
it's a good beginning book. It's great, solid. But 4, I have the Order of the Phoenix. I like that. I like that one a lot. Because it's like a condense of the Goblet of Fire in a way, and it makes me really mad. And I've already talked with Spencer of like he hates that, and I love that. Like I'm very much a conflict type of person. I love conflict. I love confronting
Order of the Phoenix over Sorcerer's Stone is a crime.
No, it's not.
Maybe a little
Listen,
bit.
Just because you don't like Umbridge doesn't mean you have to just crap on the book. Okay?
That's just Umbridge. There's so many.
That's the reason. If you're gonna say that, if you're gonna say that, I guess Order of the Phoenix. Where is it? Like in the bottom 3 for you?
It's my last. It's number 7.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So and then Chamber of Secrets has Gilderoy Lockhart.
Chamber of Secrets is bumped up and
but it has
and Order of the Phoenix went down.
It has Lockhart, and I don't like Lockhart, and he does nothing for the story, and that's why he's dead last. But I like Umbridge, and also because as an Umbridge voice actor, I have to put it up there.
Whatever.
So I can't be too mad about what's going on right now because what's funny is as much as David and I are disagreeing right now, I think our top 4 is still the same.
Yeah, it's like right there. Okay,
almost the same. Yeah.
Well, top 3 is probably the same.
Well, I mean, but I meant not in the same order necessarily, but all of our top 4 movies are at top 4 or top 4 books. I mean.
So then I have the Half-Blood Prince at number 3. Then I have The Prisoner of Azkaban at 2. And then I have The Deathly Hallows at number 1.
See, I think I did Deathly Hallows at 3.
Probably 3, yeah.
I did Prisoner of Azkaban and Half-Blood Prince is number 1. I think Prisoner of Azkaban, it was a Star Wars situation where I say Empire Strikes Back is objectively the best one, but I really like Return of the Jedi. So, like, that's my favorite. But I recognize that Empire is king. I know that's a unique take.
No. It's not.
I
Mine's
like
is
Return
probably
of the
worse than
Jedi better.
yours.
What?
Oh, what?
No, The Phantom Menace is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Okay. Okay.
This is oh god.
I
It's
like The
good.
Phantom
Listen.
Menace. Phantom Menace
Listen,
is
I
my
have
favorite.
I have a lot of admiration for the Phantom Menace, especially after reading Dooku Jedi Lost and after reading Master and Apprentice. Like those are the two books that I'm like, that really helps it out. But
Dooku's not even in Phantom Menace.
no, but like Qui-Gon's in Dooku Jedi Lost.
Yeah, I guess
like
it's
he's
fair.
in there a lot.
Okay.
But I think for me, it's the same way. I think to me, it's worse though. I think because yours is like really good. Like you know that Empire is the best, but you prefer Return of the Jedi. I know that The Empire Strikes Back is the best, but my favorite movie to watch, the one that is the most exciting Star Wars movie to watch, is Solo.
Rogue One.
Luke and I watch Solo all the time.
I like Rogue
probably
One,
going to
Cole.
watch it like this
I like
week,
Rogue
most
One.
likely. Rogue One's great. It's good.
But yeah,
But-
so that's how I feel about Harry Potter, where I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, Prisoner of Azkaban
I
is
thought
the
that would be
best,
your one.
and I think it sometimes is. But
Yeah.
Half-Blood Prince is my favorite Harry Potter book. But I was
It's-
like, it's like I said
it's
with
really
Cole
good.
on that episode. I was like, you
Mm.
can't put. I feel like you have to be a crazy person to put Deathly Hallows at. It's a trip, like not
Also,
one that I
you
take often.
a hard time about Phantom Menace, but I remembered something that David and I talked about back in May. And I mentioned something in our group chat about the more I watch all the Star Wars movies, the more I think Phantom Menace is my favorite. And David said, I was thinking something similar when I watched it on Friday. It's a freaking good movie.
It is a good movie. No, when I freaked out, I
You
thought you said
dragged me.
no. I thought you said that Return of the Jedi was better than Empire. That's what I thought you said.
Oh, I'll say it. Return of the Jedi is better than Empire.
No. I did say that I personally like
The Ewoks
watching
alone.
Return of the Jedi.
The
more than
Ewoks
watching
alone, yeah.
Empire.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you said that the Empire, like that Return was better.
It is.
I don't know.
Cole,
I think-
stop.
So I think in that I said
Cole's
better.
going too
I think
far.
I did say better, but that's not what I meant.
It's
I
not
enjoy
true.
watching Return more than I like
Yeah.
watching Empire, but I do recognize that Empire was better.
Since
I
we've
think-
lost all the
I think-
Harry Potter
yeah.
listeners
We
already,
lost all
my
of
bad,
them.
my bad.
Yeah, we
the
lost
only
all of them.
the only prequel movie I'm putting that up there is Revenge of the Sith. It's the only one that's in my top 5, I think. The only prequel.
I haven't told this to Luke.
It's my number 3 for Star
I
Wars,
think
Revenge
it's-
of the Sith.
Let's see. I don't like because I have Empire, Return, New Hope, and then I honestly though I think I have Phantom, then Revenge. Because man, Liam Neeson carries that movie hardcore. I love Qui-Gon so much.
Also, the duel, like Qui-Gon and
Yeah.
Darth Maul, and I
Fantastic.
almost said
Obi-Wan
Ewan
and Maul.
McGregor, Obi-Wan
that's great.
Kenobi. Great.
Yeah.
If Attack of
Well-
the Clones was just Obi-Wan and then the clones fight, then it'd
Fair.
be much higher on my list.
It'd be it'd be super
like
high.
the 30
honestly.
there's like a 30-minute machete run of Attack of the Clones that my dad and I used to watch when I was growing up, where we would watch the Obi-Wan scenes and then he'd
Yeah.
fast
You
forward,
could fast
and then we
forward.
would pause,
Oh my gosh.
fast forward.
That is nuts, but I mean,
Um,
sometimes that's how you gotta watch it, though.
Have I told you
gotta
guys what
watch
he
it
did
that
with the
way.
Lord of the Rings books though?
No.
This is even worse. This is really like that
I'm
was
currently
fun.
reading
This
The
is
Hobbit
fun.
right now.
Okay, so my dad was reading them and he was getting to, because it switches back and forth between the Fellowship and Frodo and Sam. But my dad just got to the point where he just wanted to know what happened to Frodo and Sam somewhere in the middle of 2 towers. And so my dad missed Helm's Deep, Osgiliath, Minas Tirith, like all of these things because he would just skip until.
Not gonna lie, that's part of why I stopped
Sam.
reading what was the follow-up series to Percy Jackson.
Heroes
Oh.
of Olympus.
I would choose the characters I wanted to read, so I had to stop reading them.
A good decision.
Just read
Hmm.
Kane Chronicles and just kidding.
Yeah, that
I
one's
liked King.
Anyway,
I liked Kane Chronicles.
Anyway,
I
thank
really
you
fun.
for thank you for
thanks.
staying tuned for the Star Wars Historian show. We hope you guys have enjoyed
The
your
Percy
time.
A little
Jackson
bit of
show.
fandom done
Percy
right.
Jackson, Lord of
A
the
little
Rings.
bit of fandom done right, but I
Um,
loved Sorcerer's Stone. It's such a vibe.
It is so
It
good.
might be the
It's a
most
great-
Christmassy one for me.
Yeah.
100%.
Side note, I think this is the
100%.
Christmas one.
Do I say it's a
It's
Christmas
more
movie?
Christmassy
No.
than Die Hard.
It is more Christmassy than Die Hard. It is still not a Christmas
Your
movie.
wife is gonna have words with you on that, David.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, my phone's blowing
it's-
up right now.
Goblet of Fire has some really good Christmas. Has the Yule Ball, and I think that should get some
I
credit
forget
too.
that that's Christmas, though.
It's too teen angsty
What?
for me. There's too much weird drama going on in that for it to feel Christmassy for me.
Oh my gosh. It is
True that.
truly
100% true that.
youth group.
And also, the three, what was it? The three sisters or
The Weird Sisters.
the weird sisters? That's not Christmassy at all either.
Listeners, you missed it out. In the alternate universe, our podcast name would have been the real Weird Sisters.
Oh my god.
Because
Stop
there are
bringing
two.
the multiverse
listen,
into this. The
There are
multiverse.
two. The multiverse is dead. Thank you, Cole. There's two Harry Potter podcasts called the Real Weird Sisters, and they both insist that they were first.
Mm.
And
But
that's
we
why
can
I did-
actually say this: we are the first and the only show of requirement.
Boom.
Correct.
And I think the way that we got to this name is after Spencer and I recorded the first episode, and we are both trying to think of names. And I was just like, man, we really need a name. And then, just like the Room of Requirement, it just revealed itself to me because I was a student in need, and
You
it
were
worked.
walking down the 7th floor corridor across
Yeah.
from the guy teaching the trolls to dance, and it just came to us.
It just came. But yeah, Sorcerer's Stone's banger.
It is a banger.
banger.
Banger of a time.
Rating 9 out of 10.
That's great. I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah.
91% for being technical.
Listen. You knock it. I love percentages. Give me that 91%.
No, I agree. I would rate it a 9 out of 10. It was good.
Cole?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Fine, be that way.
Wow.
And next week, Cole is not going to be joining us for the show. No,
Oh yeah.
Everything we
will-
don't like, Cole's going to say it's a 10. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting is that when this episode comes out, we're going to have like a Rotten Tomato score. It's going to be a combined score of the four of us.
Mhm.
So Cole's rating
88.
just brought this one a little bit down.
8.75.
Yeah. It's going to be so specific.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that probably should wrap us up for today.
Yes, correct.
We call this landing the plane. We're like, land the plane in my household. Anyways, thank you for listening to the Show of Requirement, hearing us go over our rewatch of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You guys can let us know what you thought of this episode or of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Except for
either-
Washington Sentinel, they can keep their thoughts to themselves.
True.
Catch
you
me
can leave
outside,
it-
Washington Sentinel. How about that?
Leave it.
I'll
in
make an
our-
unbreakable vow with you.
Ooh.
Sorry, please
I'm
continue.
hurting cats.
Yeah,
Our
sorry.
YouTube comments.
I could
Like
make
and
a joke, but I
subscribe.
won't.
Also, maybe I've lost all train of thought. You guys are so distracting.
I'm so
YouTube,
sorry.
Apple,
That's
We
just
have it, we have
it.
yeah,
Spotify.
everything.
We have an Instagram that we haven't
Yes.
used much anymore.
Oh, we're
but
using it this
please
season.
visit. Yes.
Don't even worry about it.
Please visit us there. Let us know your thoughts. Not
David
about
and I
our
made so many
Instagram
great
specifically,
graphics.
but
Go and
Yeah,
like
I'm
them.
ready. Yeah.
we are ready. It's _Potter Fanatics. It's been a while since I've had to say it. We used to post lots of fun and interesting content on there. We will
So, yeah,
be
you
still.
got a great archive.
Yeah.
Is what you
Yep.
is what the positive way to say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I was reading my old script and was like, oh. Anyways, do we want to talk about? I was going to talk about what we're doing next.
Chamber of
Obviously,
Secrets.
we're doing Chamber of Secrets next. So
We're doing 2
join us.
at a time, and then we'll take an
Very
episode
secrets
off.
in the cherry of Potter.
So we're gonna do correct. We're gonna do Chamber of Secrets next week. and then after that is the yearly profit.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes.
We'll have much to discuss.
For sure.
We got to fan cast the rest of the movies too. Cole and I fan cast the
Yeah.
rest
Cole's
of the
favorite
books.
thing to do.
Mm.
All right. Well, on behalf of David and Spencer and Cole, I'm Abby Tooley, and this is the Show of Requirement. Thank you guys for joining us. Mischief managed.